because when you're going out with someone and you're deciding, to drink or indulge in different things, you're essentially saying, trust you with my life. And I trust you to make decisions for me when I'm not able to make decisions for myself. Because when you are intoxicated or if you're under the influence of any other drugs or anything like that, you're not able to make decisions for yourself. And the person you're with, you're saying, I trust you. And they're saying that they trust you as well to make the best decisions for them. Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace, where I am your host, Ebony Stiff. And as you know, we podcast in our pajamas. So tonight I am wearing, let's see, the base is blue, but it has like a splash of pink and yellow, and it has like black. I don't know if this is supposed to be like some type of animal print or something. I don't know, but I like it. It was colorful. So I decided to wear it tonight. What are you guys wearing tonight as you're listening to this episode in your cozy pajamas? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. I would love to hear what you guys have on. So as we get into tonight's episode, it's a very, very serious topic that I feel the need to address because, as you know, I want to empower and educate as many people as I can. So tonight's episode is titled, What About Your Friends? What About Your Friends? Do you all remember that song from a long time ago? I'm not going to sing it because I cannot sing, even though I love to, and I think I can sing in the shower. But seriously, what about your friends? There are so many things that we're seeing in the media, on the news, where young women are taking trips with their friends and somebody is not returning. They don't know where that person is, or, that person is deceased. So what I want to do tonight is, take a look at who do you really call your friends and some things that you should be doing when you decide to go out with people that you consider your friends, whether it's going out to a club, whether it's going out to an event, or whether it's going out the country. These are some things that I have done in my college years that when I look back on it now, it helped save my life. It kept us all safe. And I just want to pass that information along to you guys so that you all can definitely, take heed and start reevaluating your situation if you feel like you're in a group of people that you feel, someone in that group may or may not be your friend. Okay. So I'll just take you through a night out. So we used to club, when I was in college, we were the broke college kids. But we wanted to go out. We wanted to have fun. We wanted to see what this adult life was all about, right? So one thing that we did before we went out, we always decided who is going to be the sober person for the night. Because let's just be honest, we drank, all right? We did indulge in alcohol. And when you're drinking alcohol, you're not making the best decision. So if everyone in the crew is drunk, then nobody's making good decisions. You're leaving yourself vulnerable for others to take advantage of you. And that's just not something that you want to do. So one thing that we did, we always decided who was going to be the sober person for that night. And they were more like the parent. And I'm going to tell you, when I had to be the sober person for the night, I did not have as much fun. Okay. I was really like the parent in this situation, You're looking and you're seeing what's going on in the environment. You're the sober one, but you're also there to keep your friends safe, right? So before we even went out, we always knew who was going to be the sober one for that night. That person drove us. It didn't matter whose car we were in, but, that person was kind of in charge for us, for that night. And we always rotated it. So it wasn't the same person all the time. Also, before we went out, which I don't know how this would be beneficial for you guys in today's era with social media, but we always made up a fake name before we went out. And the problem with that, honestly, was when you're, intoxicated, you don't, the first thing to go is your judgment, right? So you don't remember what you said your fake name was going to be. I remember one time, I don't remember what my name was supposed to be. And this guy, was trying to talk to me. And when he asked my name, I turned to my friend and I said, what is my name supposed to be tonight? It was hilarious. We just laughed and kind of walked away. But yeah, so we made fake names. I don't know if that would be, like I said, beneficial to you guys in today's social media age. Everybody has everybody's information or access to it. But that was something that we did, right? We didn't give our real names. Another thing, people don't need to know where you live, where you're staying, what hotel you're at. It's just not safe, So if people want to, hey, come to my hotel or can I come to yours? The answer is no. Have that sober friend step in and say, hey, how about we meet you tomorrow for breakfast, or we meet you tomorrow for lunch in a public place that has nothing to do with where you're staying. Okay, so that is going to be something that is going to keep you safe, that is going to keep your friends safe. Also, when it came to drinking, like I said, remember, we were the broke college kids, right? So first of all, we only drank when it was free. So we stayed at the bar literally until, the women were no longer able to drink free. We decided that was enough for us, which it really was in a lot of situations. But, we stayed at the bar. We watched the waiter or waitress pour our drinks. We stayed there. We didn't walk around with the drinks in our hands because that opens you up. The cup is open at the top. There's no cover on it. And it kind of opens you up for people to slip, pills in it or to drop things in your drink that you're really not aware of that's happening. So I would say if you do find yourself in a situation where, you are buying a drink or someone is buying a drink for you, go to the bar with that person. You pick the waitress or the waiter that's going to pour your drink, and then you watch them pour it and, immediately, don't let them hand it to you. Kind of see if you can grab it yourself, put a napkin over it, put the straw through the napkin, and that way your drink is covered the entire time. So even if you are walking, through the club with it or something like that, or whatever space that you may be in, your drink is covered from the time that you received it until the time that you finish it. And it's less likely that someone would be able to, drop something in it because it's completely covered. So that is something that is very, very important. My friends and I back then, we didn't take drugs, and we still don't. So I don't know of any, safe way to say anything about drugs besides just say no and just don't do drugs, while you're out there, because there are drugs that are laced with things. And unfortunately, I don't think there's any real way to protect yourself from that besides saying no to them at all. Okay. Another thing that happened, if one person went to the restroom, someone else went with them. Okay. If there was a situation where there was only 3 of us, when one went to the restroom, we all went to the restroom. There was never a point in our lives where we went out where someone was left alone. Now, I'm not talking about at a restaurant where you can see the restroom or anything like that. I'm talking about when you're out in environments, when you're at clubs, when you're at parties, when you're at events. If one person says, hey, I'm going to the restroom, we're all going to the restroom. If it's 3 of us, we're all going, because at no point should any one of you be left alone. At no point. So if that person has to go to the restroom, we're all at the restroom. If that person has to go to the bar, we're all at the bar. If that person is on the dance floor, we're all on the dance floor. Okay. So you want to make sure that there's power in numbers. There are power in numbers. So make sure that you're doing those things. Make sure that you're sticking together. Do not let your friends leave with strangers. You don't leave with strangers either. You do not know these people. You all just met in an environment where you're probably intoxicated. Well, the person who's trying to lure you somewhere is probably not, even though they may seem like they are. But do not leave anywhere with strangers. You came together in a car. You leave together in a vehicle. Okay? Another thing that we did, so we didn't have the capabilities where people can share locations and track where you are. Back then, we do now. And even as an adult right now, people have my location. People know where I am. So make sure you turn your locations on. Make sure that even someone outside of the group has your location, is able to track you. Okay, so that should be at least the people you're with. You all have each other's location, and then someone outside of your group has your location as well. Do not turn your location off. Under no circumstances should your location be turned off, because that way, if something does happen, anything, someone will be able to get to you quickly. Someone will be able to know if something is off about what you have, about what's going on. So definitely have someone that you trust, have someone that can get to you quickly, definitely be able to track your location at all times, and do not turn it off. Back then, because we didn't have that, what we used to do, if we went somewhere, even during the daytime, we were all together, we were taking pictures of tag numbers. Okay. So if I went somewhere, or, I say, hey, I'm going to meet the person that I met yesterday for lunch, or, hey, we're going to, do this, kind of go on a date with someone that I don't know. Of course, because it's a date, right? I don't know them if I'm meeting them for the first time. I took pictures of the tag number. I'm describing the car, what it looks like, the person's first name, last name, where I am. And we actually had a code. I'm like, hey, girl, call me within 30, 45 minutes to make sure that I'm okay. And I had to answer that phone. So that is just something that we did to look out for each other. It may seem corny nowadays, but it's necessary, and it's not that you're being nosy or you're all in that person's information. You need to be all in that person's information, because that person wants to be all in your space and in your life and a part of your life. And the bottom line is, we just need to know who that person is, and we care about you and we love you. So if you feel like it's being nosy as your friend, then call me the nosy friend. I'm fine with that, because I need all the tea on this person before I just let my friends, hang out with them. It's just not safe now. And you women out here, you young girls, you young women who are in college, enjoy your college life, but be safe. Start taking safety measures. Make sure that you're talking to someone every single day, or you're texting someone every single day. So if something is off, that person will immediately know. They can immediately alert the authorities, and hopefully nothing has happened to you. Okay. Now, getting back to, what about your friends? How do you decide who your friends are? How do you decide who your friends are? If someone is always, making little jabs at you or taking jabs at you, and they do it in the form of a joke, they're not joking. You need to check that. And you need to figure out what this person's motive is for really being in your life. Are they jealous of you? Are they envious of you? Are they always trying to fight you? That is not a person that you should be hanging out with. That is not a person that you should be going on vacation with. No, it is not. Also, if you have a great relationship or a good relationship with anybody that's older than you, it may be a parent, it may be an aunt, it may be a cousin, god sister, god brother, anyone like that. If they're telling you, hey, you may need to watch out for this person, or hey, I don't feel like this person is right for you, or there's something in my spirit about this person that isn't right, listen to them. Listen to them. If they're coming from a place of love, they just want you to be safe. They just want you to be safe. So if someone's telling you, hey, I don't feel right about this person, just maybe take a step back, start looking at some things, start reevaluating the situation, the friendship, and see if, hey, maybe this person is seeing something or feeling something that I don't see. So let me, just take a step back, and maybe I don't want to trust you, with my life. Because when you're going out with someone and you're deciding, to drink or indulge in different things, you're essentially saying, I trust you with my life, and I trust you to make decisions for me when I'm not able to make decisions for myself. Because when you are intoxicated or if you're under the influence of any other drugs or anything like that, you're not able to make decisions for yourself. And the person you're with, you're saying, I trust you. And they're saying that they trust you as well to make the best decisions for them. So you always want to make sure you have the best people around you. You want to evaluate those jokes that people say. You want to pay attention to body language. And you just want to make sure that you're equally yoked with the people that you want to hang out with. And make sure that you guys are all on the same page. You have goals, aspirations, things that you want to do with your life that are good things that you want to do. Yes, when you're going out, you're celebrating something, or you're just happy, or you're just, relieving stress, but you want to be safe. You want to make it home. We want you to make it home. Okay. So, those are just things that have kept me safe. And when I look back over my life in my college years, there are nights where I am like, thank you, God, because I don't know what would have happened, in today's age with social media and cameras and, people able to look up your information and find you and, do all those things. So you have to be smarter than that. You have to start making better choices. You have to start paying attention to your surroundings. When you're driving, thank God, when we did go home, we had the sober person who we designated for that evening. Paying attention, look around to see if anyone is following you when you leave places. If they're following you, don't go straight home. Don't go to where your hotel is. If there is a police station, drive into the parking lot of the police station and sit there. Sit there. Not too long, because then they'll probably get suspicious, but go into a public place that's open and, check to see, okay, was that person following me? Was I paranoid? Because you could be paranoid, but 9 times out of 10, if your gut is telling you someone's following you, they probably are. So that is another safety tip for you to just, go to a well-lit area, public area where that's open, and just maybe sit or just kind of drive around to make sure that, you aren't being followed and to make sure that you're safe. Okay. Also, when you are checking into hotels, when you guys are going on vacation, call. Hey, I'm at this hotel. I'm at this resort. I am in room number such and such. And have a check-in time with someone who's not with you. Say, hey, I'm going out. If I'm not in my room by this time, have them actually call the room. Have them actually call your cell phone. Create check-in times for yourself, for people who are out there who are worried about you, because it is devastating when I'm turning on the news or I'm opening social media and I'm seeing that there are so many women who are not returning home, and all they wanted to do was go celebrate life, have a break from school with people that they call their friends. And, to the friends too, shame on you. Shame, you're not real friends. Maybe nobody taught you any better. Maybe you thought you were being a good friend by letting, this person go off with a stranger or things like that. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand how that happens. So I am here, like I said, to educate and empower you. And if you didn't know, now you know. Now you know things that you can do to keep your friends safe if you are a true friend. And if you're the person that I'm talking about that's not a true friend, just try to stay away. It's not worth their life. Let them live their life and you go on and try to live yours and, try to make sense of what it is that you want to do with yourself. And, I pray that you have a better life, and I pray that you find what you want and it doesn't come at the cost of someone else's life because they thought that you were truly their friend. Because you can have whatever it is that you want. Okay, so young ladies out here, just try to be safe. I don't try to keep you guys past 20 minutes and we're nearing that mark. I just want you all to be safe. I want you all to make better choices. And I want you to pray about it too. If you're talking to God, if you have a relationship with God, make sure you're praying. Make sure you're praying and you're asking for light. You're asking for discernment. You're asking, hey, are these people truly for me? And should I even be doing these things? So we're going to do those things. We're going to pray. We're going to take safety measures. We're going to have a sober person around us. We're going to cover our drinks. We're going to stop giving people all of our information when we first meet them. We're not going to let our friends go off with strangers or go to the bathroom alone. We're going to stop doing those things in 2025 so that we can go out. We can have a safe time. We can live to tell about it tomorrow. You're not on the news and your family is happy that you have made it home safe. So choose your friends wisely. Have a great time. Be safe while you're out there. Enjoy life to the fullest, but live to tell about it. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. And that is it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned. And I hope you're able to give this information to someone else to keep them safe so we can see less and less of us women on the news missing and not coming home from just trying to celebrate life. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Again, I will see you in 2 weeks. This is Ebony, your host of Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace podcast. Good night, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace. You can find me bi-weekly on the Alive Podcast Network or anywhere that you listen to your podcast. Until next time, speak now and never hold your peace.